In a shocking blow to anti-immigrant efforts,
a South African court has ruled that blocking foreigners from essential services isn't just unfair, it's outright illegal.
Picture this: an organization stepping in to deny people access to hospitals, schools, and clinics simply because of where they were born.
This isn't just about borders. It's about human rights and the tension simmering in one of Africa's economic powerhouses. But here's where it gets controversial.
Is this a necessary stand against overwhelming immigration, or a dangerous slide into discrimination? Let's dive in and unpack what's really happening,
and why this ruling could change the conversation on migration forever.
Just a short time ago, reported by Kwani File Ngobo from Johannesburg,
a high court in South Africa delivered a decisive verdict against Operation Dudula, an anti-migrant group that's been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. The court ordered them to immediately cease intimidating, harassing, or interfering with foreign nationals trying to access public health facilities and schools. For beginners diving into this topic, think of it like this.
These are basic rights everyone should have, regardless of passport color. Getting medical help when you're sick or educating your kids shouldn't depend on your nationality.
It's a straightforward principle, but one that's been challenged in South Africa's complex social landscape.
Operation Dudula, whose name Dudula translates to remove by force in Zulu, has been actively patrolling hospitals and clinics in provinces like Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal.
They've gone so far as to demand identity checks at the door,
turning away anyone who isn't a South African citizen. And it didn't stop there. This tactic has now spread to schools, where foreign children are being denied entry. Imagine the fear and frustration of a family seeking emergency care, only to be barred because of their origins. This isn't isolated, it's part of a broader pattern that's been unfolding in recent months. But wait, this is the part most people miss. South Africa hosts around 2.4 million migrants, making up just under 4% of its total population,
according to official data.
Many of these individuals hail from neighboring countries like Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. These nations have a long history of sending workers to South Africa, especially during times when jobs were plentiful in industries like mining and agriculture.
It's a classic example of economic interdependence, neighbors relying on each other for labor and opportunities. However, this influx has sparked ongoing debates about strain on local resources, jobs, and services. For instance, in the 2008 xenophobic attacks, which tragically claimed lives, South Africans lashed out against migrants, blaming them for economic woes. Fast forward to today, and anti-migrant feelings have become a hot-button issue in politics, with leaders using it to rally support. Understanding this context helps beginners see that Operation Dudula's actions aren't born in a vacuum. They're fueled by real fears about scarcity and identity in a post-apartheid nation, still grappling with inequality.
Judge Lester Adams, presiding over the case in Johannesburg, didn't hold back. In his Tuesday ruling, he went beyond just blocking access. He also prohibited the group from issuing statements that could be interpreted as hate speech. Moreover, he banned actions like unlawfully evicting foreign nationals from their homes or trading stalls, and even inciting others to do the same. This is a clear line in the sand, emphasizing that while frustrations with immigration are valid, crossing into harassment or violence isn't acceptable under the law. It's like saying, yes, discuss the issues, but don't target individuals.
Operation Dudula, unsurprisingly, expressed disappointment with the decision and plans to appeal, as noted by South African news outlet News 24. This sets the stage for what could be a prolonged legal battle, potentially sparking even more public debate.
And here's where controversy really ramps up. Critics of the group might argue that their forceful removals are a grassroots response to what they see as unchecked migration overwhelming South Africa's healthcare and education systems. Proponents could point to examples like overcrowded clinics or schools struggling with funding, suggesting that locals are being pushed aside. On the flip side, supporters of the ruling might counter that such actions only fuel division and xenophobia, which has a dark history in the country. Is Operation Dudula a vigilante group fighting for South Africans first,
Or are they dangerously promoting exclusion? This ruling might force us to confront whether strict immigration controls are the answer, or if better integration and resource sharing could ease tensions.
Ultimately, this court order isn't just about one group. It's a mirror reflecting deeper societal divides. As we wrap this up, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think anti-immigrant movements like Operation Dudula are justified in protecting local interests, or do they cross ethical lines? Should countries prioritize citizens over migrants in times of scarcity, or is there room for more inclusive policies? Share your opinions in the comments. I bet this sparks some passionate discussions.